Find the solution to the system of linear equations using the augmented matrix, and we are told this augmented matrix is in row echelon form. Let's start with writing down what we already know. We already know that we can write down the systems that come from this augmented matrix. So let's write down the equations. So equation 1 here comes from this first row. Remember, we have our x's, our y's, our z's equal to some number. So equation 1 is x plus 5y minus 6z equal to 1. Equation 2 is y plus 2z is equal to negative 3. And equation 3, well, that's a nice equation. We have z equals 4. So we actually already know what one of our variables is. Now we need to find what is y and what is x. Let's take z equals 4 and let's plug it in somewhere. We need to think about where it makes sense to plug in z equals 4 next. So we can plug it into this equation or this equation. Pause for a second and think about which equation we should plug it into, equation 1 or equation 2. Equation 2 is correct. We need to plug it into equation 2 because then we get to one step closer to solving this system. So we're going to plug in z equals 4. So we have y plus 2 times, we're plugging in z equals 4, so we'll put a 4 there, equal to negative 3. Now here it looks like we're going to end up with y. We're going to solve for y and we're going to get what y is equal to. So we have y plus 8 is equal to negative 3, and we're going to subtract 8 from both sides, and we get that y is equal to negative 11. We know that z is 4, and we know that y is negative 11. There's one more variable we have to solve for to solve this entire system, and that's z. So now we need to plug in z equals 4 and y equals negative 11. And we will plug that into equation 1. Do you see how we're kind of working backwards? We start here, we go to equation 2, and then we go to equation 1. So let's do that. X plus 5 times, okay, here's where we put in what we know y is, which is negative 11, minus 6 times, okay, we know what z is, 4 equal to 1. Okay, let's do a little bit of algebra and find out what x is. X minus 55 minus 24 equals 1. Okay, let's combine those two together and we get x minus 76 equals 1. Let's add 76 to both sides and we get that x is 77. There we go, we solved the system that was in row echelon form. We have x, we have y, and we have z. Let's write our final answer. X equals 77, y equals negative 11, and z equals 4.